We continue to read the government staff orders for the public service. Chapter 2. Employee records. Employee file. A file shall be created when an employee starts working within the public service regardless of the type of employment. Standard documentation to be placed on the file include the letter of application and/or completed application form, record of employee's performance in the selection process, proof of age, qualification, marital status, report of medical examinations, documentation or of reference check, letters or letter of appointment, personal information such as next of kin, emergency contact numbers, special needs or circumstances, etc. Leave application and permission letters, copies of performance evaluation, copies of training and development plans, copies of certificates, results of training and development activities, citations, awards, etc. Record of changes in salary, benefits and allowances, copies of any disciplinary action against the employee. So those are some of the things that are placed on your file. Maintenance of records. And all employee records are to be kept in the Human Resource Division of the Ministry or Department under conditions which ensure security and protection from hazards such as water, fire, etc. Any change in the employee status must be duly noted in a timely manner and added to the employee's file. Supervisors shall ensure that all letters, memoranda, and documents related to an employee are sent to the Human Resource Division for inclusion in the employee's file. Employees are to be notified of the addition of any and all new information / documents to their files. Employees shall ensure that their records are kept current by notifying the Human Resource Division in writing of any changes in the circumstances such as academic achievement, change of address, marital status, next of kin, beneficiary, etc. Any addition of information / documentation to the file by an employee must be done through the appropriate authority in the Human Resource Division. The removal of any information / documentation from the file by an employee can only be done through and with the permission of the appropriate authority in the Human Resource Division. An employee's file shall not be removed from the Human Resource Division except by authorized officers and with the permission of the permanent secretary / head of department. So if you want to see your file, you have to remain in the Human Resource Division while you examine it. You cannot take it outside of that division. Service record. In addition to any other information on the employee file, a service record is to be kept which shall note relevant changes to an employee's status, example promotions, transfers, salary changes, etc. Upon any movement of the employee within the civil service, the original of the employee service record with entries properly completed and certified must be forwarded to the head of the Human Resource Division in the new organization and a copy provided to the employee. Now, access to personal file. An employee shall have the right to access and view his or her own personal file and make copies of any document upon request to the head of the Human Resource Division. You have a right to see your file and to make photocopies or to take pictures of those files, because it says and make copies of any document. But you have to request at first. Any access, viewing, or copying shall be done in the presence of suitably authorized personnel within the Human Resource Division. Oh, so you have to do the photocopying or the picture in their presence. Certificate of service. Upon leaving the public service, an employee, regardless of status, shall be provided with a formal certificate of service. Such a certificate shall indicate details of years of service, changes in status during the period of employment, and a summary of any entitlements. If any officer has been dismissed for any reason, the certificate shall indicate that a reference should be made to the permanent secretary of the ministry or to the head of department. All right. Reference checks. Response to request for references relating to an employee's career shall be based on the documentation contained in the employee's personal file. Now we're at chapter 3. We'll look at chapter 3 in a different video.